Jack had his friend over today. Anthony and his little brother came over. Him and Max were playing with them. We were at the park, but then we came over here. They were getting too wild in the bedroom, having pillow fights. So it's a 4-year-old and a 5-year-old, and then 2 8-year-olds. The 8-year-olds are going too hard. I'm trying to get them to stop. Jack flexed on me in front of his friend.
Really?
And I was like, did you just flex on me? He's like, no. But he's giving me the eyes like, fuck you, Dad.
Oh, wow.
It was fucking crazy, dude. I just like stared at him for a while, and he really had like a pleading look on his face, like, I hate you, but also don't do anything in front of my friend. So I let it slide, and then I confronted him about it later, and he's like, because you wouldn't get out of the room, you wouldn't leave us alone. He's such a bitch, dude.
Damn.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And we doing filmographies. Oh my God, it's the 9th movie in the Don McKellar run.
Yeah, we're so close to being done.
They just keep getting better and better.
You know what? Fuck Don McKellar.
Man, I mean, no, but oof.
Yeah, well, they'll get better.
I'll tell you.
He started so strong, though.
I don't know. You didn't really like him.
Well, I liked The Adjuster.
Yeah, you like that one.
Now more than ever.
Oh, but Exotica looking better.
That's grown on me.
Pablo Picasso is from the West. What's this? Never Met Picasso.
Yeah. I kept searching, I Never Met Picasso. I'm like, God, I know it's on here.
There's a couple of them. This has happened to you where you phrase it weird and you can't find the
It's
movie.
just such a stupid title. Some of these movies are so dumb in their titling.
This is an Alexis Arquette starring feature film.
Yeah.
Is it early on? Well, I don't know. Last Exit to Brooklyn, I think, is their first movie, and that was like 89.
When was this? 95?
96, maybe.
Is this Alexis's only leading role?
They're also the lead of Jack Be Nimble from 1993 and Paradise Framed from 1995.
So yeah, this movie, 1994. Not
Is
much to say about it. 1996, I was looking at it for right next to it because it's 1 hour and 41 minutes long. There's a tagline for it: "Family trees, twisted roots."
Okay. I like that, but I don't know if it fits for this.
No, at first I was like, oh, I guess it's a line from the play, but it's not. There's a line in the play where they do say something about roots of a family tree, but not this. No, I don't have any information for this other than that.
This is Canadian, right? They made it up in Canadian?
It was filmed in Boston.
Canada? Is that where Bill Murr's from? Oh, Billy Murr. Oh.
You fucking jerk off.
I was trying to figure out how to talk about this last night, and then I was like, oh, duh. But this is Alexis Arquette pre-transition.
Yeah.
Which I don't think you see a lot of, but then again, I don't really know that you see a lot of them post-transition either. Like they pop up here and there.
Yeah.
Like they're on my radar, but I think they were on like Celebrity Rehab.
Nope, it was The Surreal Life.
So I was like, they're male in this.
Yeah.
And female later. I think you probably just refer to them as their character's name. But boy, that's not going to stick in my head.
Andrew.
Oh, I might be able to do that.
Andrew Magnus.
Oh, man. I don't... we're just diving... I got to do the synopses.
Oh, yeah. Did you want to
to
drink and then do the synopses, or
Yeah,
do the
let's do
synopses
that.
and then drink?
Then we're going to guess the
fun.
flavor?
Yeah.
Ah, but we don't really like to taste it. We usually try to hide it. Well, I know
There's
what
no
yours is.
avoiding the taste.
Black cherry?
Yours?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Black cherry.
man, that's a weird one.
Guava.
Oh, is that what it was?
Oh, why did they say it to you?
Oh,
I
cool.
wanted to guess.
I would have no idea. I thought, I could tell it was tropical. So kudos to them on that.
Okay, so this movie... Oh, I'm just got to do a synopsis. I forgot. I was about to launch with my one observation right up top.
Yeah, hit me with that synopsis, Jack.
Okay. No, Jason.
No, Jack, he's right there.
Ha, fool you. Never Met Picasso. Andrew Magnus, Alexis Arquette, is a pathetic artist mooching off of their mother, Genna Magnus, Margot Kidder, who in turn is mooching off of her brother and Andrew's uncle, Alfred, Alvin Epstein. In a last-ditch Hail Mary to get accepted to an art school in Africa, the only school left that they could be bothered to apply to or that hasn't already rejected them, Andrew uses pictures of a man that both Genna and Alfred loved but who was lost in the war to paint what they hope will be their masterpiece. They say you should never meet your heroes. I suppose then it's a good thing Andrew never met Picasso.
I forgot I updated it. There's another part where it goes, meanwhile, Andrew's best friend from childhood, Lucy, Georgia Ragsdale, is trying to seduce Genna and is plotting to leave her clairvoyant artist girlfriend, Ingrid. Omiweni. They say you should never meet your heroes. I suppose that it's a good thing Andrew never met Picasso.
So I tried to watch Joe Loves Josephine to Josephine, and I opted to instead watch this thing. And I was like, this is going to be better. So I kind of had high hopes. Like, I kind of psyched myself up a little bit. And then the voiceover from Andrew in the beginning.
And the picture slides.
I was like, I think this might be good.
Yeah.
I think this movie might be good.
Mm-hmm. This is building to something already, and I like it.
But whatever Andrew is doing in the voiceovers is not carried through to his character.
Oh.
The movie and the character are dull as fuck.
Yeah, honestly, the voiceover and the picture stuff was giving me real home movies vibes. I'm like, oh, interesting. I never thought I would have that movie conjured up.
Constantly, you bring it up a lot.
I know. But here it is, and I'm like, this is interesting. Yeah, but then you meet his character, and I don't know, they're so dull, but annoying. And like, I just don't understand. They're so adrift. It's just, I don't know.
There's just like nothing going on with them.
Yeah. Considering they have such cool, seemingly cool or like unique or, I don't know, progressive friends.
Like, they should be an accountant or
It's
something
just
and just
stick in the
have
mud.
these friends.
Yeah.
They don't need to also be an artist.
No.
Because I don't think it's going so good.
No. So the basic idea is Andrew is an artist, has painted, and sketches as well, to some semblance of acclaim. Not acclaim, but I guess accolade for having put forth the effort.
Uh-huh.
So they're now trying to, and their friend Lucy, they grew up together, practically raised by Margot Kidder, a sister, if you will, a member of the family, almost like blood, if you will. So they're applying to art schools, and the ones that they can remember to apply to, and just getting rejected left and right. And they decide, I got one last ditch effort. I'm going to apply to a school in Africa. I completely forget exactly where it is in Africa, but it's in Africa.
Is it like Nairobi or it's on the coast or something like that?
Fuck, that sounds really damn good. I'm going to go with that. Or Djibouti.
I don't think it was Djibouti.
But so his friend Lucy, his mom, I think even, Margot Kidder, his friend Lucy's a sculptist who sculpts Ingrid, who's the clairvoyant who goes into trances and channels dead women artists. They speak through her. She writes it down. They write it down. I don't know. And then they don't know who it is until the artist through them signs their name. And Margot Kidder is a playwright and actor, and their play is just flippant garbage. And then I put my back to the refrigerator, says the dude, and she goes, but my mail hasn't arrived yet today. You wouldn't know lust if it had a hamburger. But my grandmother had sex with my daughter's teacher. That's actually a line directly from there.
It seems like it is. How do you remember?
Because that line, I said, well, I better write one of these down. And I go, now, you know what? I am going to remember that one.
Okay.
Because it is so weird.
I seem to have been born into the body of the blind.
When I'm in New York, I love the hospitality of the inhabitants.
But you're not yet wise enough for love?
Please tell me, what are the 7 C's?
And you're just like, God, motherfuckers are listening to this for an hour and a half. Just line, 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 line. It's like non sequitur, the Far Side, the play. Cab, Lab, and Fever type shit. And it sucks. But Keith David is the director. And this might be the only time that I can recall in his filmography where he has been a really flamboyant homosexual man.
And Gina, darling, can you give me a little bit more, will you?
More what?
Oh, God. Just more, okay? Just more.
I mean, he's really leaning in it.
He's good, though. He's
He's
not
living in it, yes.
It's not insulting. I was like, oh, this is great. He's put upon. He's doing the hand thing. But he's a play guy.
Keith David's an interesting one because to some extent he is a character actor, but more often than not, it's his voice that they got for the whatever. So he's just a tough guy or no nonsense. Put your ass to ass, you know. I didn't bring it out for here, I think is actually his line. But in here, and Article 99, honestly. Wait, is there one where he takes off his leg? Yes, and he has a gun, and he rolls over to a guy, and he puts a gun to him. The fuck movie was that?
Dead Presidents.
I want my motherfucking money here. Easy, group. Now, man. Give me my fucking money.
Not House Party.
House Guest. Oh, yeah. With Steve Martin and Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, and here he's fantastic. And Don McKellar is playing gay, too.
Don McKellar There's like no switch to him whatsoever.
Yeah.
Don McKellar's just like a dude. I didn't know he was gay until pretty much they were like making out at the party almost or going home together.
Yeah, when they first see Don, when Andrew first sees Don, why he's there, it's even unclear.
I guess I thought he had a studio, but I don't think
Maybe
he's
it's
an artist.
all a thing. No, he's not. He's a historian who also deals in art, but also kind of fraudulently. He had a painting where it burned.
He smuggles reptile eggs,
And-
bird eggs.
And so he tried to pass it off as a painting from an actual painter.
Picasso?
No, the only time they mention Picasso in here is when Andrew's uncle Alfred says he was dining or drinking one night with Picasso. And he goes, "You never met Picasso." That should have been the name of the movie. You never met Picasso.
Well, then, but you're walking around the movie store and you're like, no, I haven't met Picasso.
You're right.
And then you'd be like, this movie understands me. I'm renting it. So you're right. It should be the name
Maybe
of it.
Picasso's in it and I'll meet him, you know? And his uncle, he seems like a pretty cool dude, actually. He's somehow maybe slightly independently wealthy.
Could you even handle it when they introduce him and he starts going up the steps to
With
the
his
loft
cane?
with there's no railing?
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I was like, dude, because Andrew's just gingerly kind of touching their back, almost like pushing them up, like hurry up, instead of like, I'll carry you.
You think he can carry him?
Maybe.
I don't know about that.
You think it's just a big sweater, not a thin sweater full of muscles?
You think he's full of muscles?
I don't know.
What is this, like strong guys and stuff?
So the uncle, yeah, he was an artist of some ilk, painted, but also photography.
Yep, but
Stopped. But we don't know why.
Nope.
In fact, I don't even know if Andrew even knows that I don't think he knows yet that he even did photography.
Nope, not till he finds the secret stash of photographs.
Well, he knows he does photography later because his mom mentions it first before he finds the secret stash. But
why you gotta call me out like that? I was talking like I knew.
Because I don't want you to be called out in the streets.
People might be like, hey, are you not able to pay attention to the movies or retain information?
I can just see it now. Guys in the barbershop like, oh, hey, you hear about Jason?
He was watching I've Never Met Picasso.
Yeah, he's like, that uncle didn't do photography, but he found out when he got the stash. I was like, what?
No, he didn't find out when he got the stash. His mom mentioned it to him earlier.
Yeah, did he not watch the movie?
This guy, stupid. I'm going to listen to every episode.
When I see him, I'm going to call him out on it, too. But, yeah, he somehow, like the mom, he keeps giving her money for her plays. Her ex-husband, Andrew's father, who's seeing a chick who ends up actually being kind of cool.
Yeah, but he also, they have a bad relationship, him and Andrew.
Yeah, I think Andrew's just a little snot.
I think so.
Little shit.
Son, remember Diane?
Hi, nice to see you again.
Hi. Isn't he a little old for you?
What's that? You insulting me again?
It's really nice to see you again, Dad.
Dad? How many of those have you had?
Not enough.
I think his mom's a bit of a shithead, too.
Because they live with the mom.
Yeah.
And he even says, oh, Mom, I'm going to have to live with you a little bit longer. And she just dead. Immediate reactions like, I've carried you as far as I can. So then he jumps on the back of a guy and they run away.
I think she's a shitter, too. She's a shitter. They're double
She's
shitters.
him.
Yeah.
Just
older.
And
successful, not really,
slightly.
though.
I mean, she's able to at least fund or find an audience for whatever the fuck she's doing.
We could make stuff if we had people that just gave us money.
Yeah.
We could make a podcast.
Eventually, he starts seeing Don McKellar. The dad, yeah, he's kind of just like, I'll float the play a little bit. Andrew, his uncle, so he starts dating Don. Don's a little aggressive and cocky.
Isn't he like chill the first time, but then a little aggressive later?
Yeah. When they first, at the party, they meet Don. There's a little interaction, and then Don's at the gallery event, I think for Ingrid, and Andrew just walks by like they don't even notice him. And Don goes, "Oh hey, I'm Don." He goes, "Oh hey, what? This is weird."
Are you like a neighbor?
Actually, I've been here a while before you, actually, but I travel a lot, so I'm rarely home.
Where do you go?
Back in time. I'm a historian.
And then that fucking slam poetry. At first, I thought they were just having a conversation because the camera's just kind of moving around the room, looking at people reacting to the written art, and it goes on for a very long time.
Serenely sauntering into the Worcester Art Museum to expose a predominantly white suburban audience to the intricacies of inner city poetry. toting a big black bag, inconspicuously clad in everyday attire, I nonetheless was singled out by the security officer.
Because then Don,
this movie's got me traveling all over the timeline.
Andrew goes outside, and then Don comes out, and they're leaning on the railing, and they're drinking. And Andrew, I hate this so much, just tosses the bottle, and it smashes on the street.
How about when he whips that apple after taking one bite out of it when he's leaving his house?
Who is this fucking shitter, man?
Why would you do that?
Mom, throw me an apple. Gets out, takes one bite, throws it away. And he's biking everywhere, giving this bad name. So Ingrid is starting to annoy Lucy. Lucy is out of the blue, halfway through the movie, is just like, I'm gonna try to have sex with Andrew's mother.
How come the rest of the Arquettes don't have crazy skeleton teeth?
I don't know.
Alexis Arquette's got some pretty...
Alexis has got a little bit of a horse face, though.
Yeah.
God rest their soul, but they look like Jerry Seinfeld.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Is Alexis Arquette, like, not good in this because they're not comfortable in their own skin? Like, this character is such a nothing and false feeling.
Yeah, I will say this. I hate this movie.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because I just don't care about most of the major characters.
Right. I mean, you've already basically explained who you like. You like Ingrid, you're a little bit into Don, and Keith David's interesting.
And I like Alfred.
Alfred's all right.
You know, he's okay.
Yeah.
Kind of gets to be a little bit of a bitch when he falls and breaks his leg, but that happens.
He dies, everybody. We don't know why.
Yeah, off camera, and Andrew, air quote, weeps.
What's up with that nurse that just grabs a hold of him when he's like not able to handle what's happening?
Yeah.
And they just keep like putting their hands on them?
Well, first, I think it's the same nurse that when he first is admitted and Andrew gets there and Jenna's like, oh, I haven't gone in. I've been waiting for you. The nurse comes up like, ma'am, visiting hours are almost over if you want to go in.
I don't think she says it that nicely.
No, she's like, ma'am, visiting hours are almost over. And she's like, I'm waiting for my son. And then they go in and she comes in like, it's over. And Margot Kidder is taking Alfred's pain medication.
Nice.
She's just looking at the bottle while Andrew's over here doing his thing. I also thought she was terrible.
Yeah.
She's a terrible, terrible actor. The scene where she's actually making out with Lucy, she just presents her mouth and Lucy does all the magic. And you could tell she was just like, I should never have signed up for this movie. I don't kiss women.
Bad choice.
She just puts her arm on Lucy's back like animatronic. And Lucy just goes in. I'm just like, God, this just feels so gross. This is Don's challenge movie.
I could sell, but it doesn't feel like a challenge at all.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't question if I didn't know that he was married, that he liked men.
Did you know he's like the showrunner for that new The Sympathizer on HBO? This giant new miniseries with Robert Downey Jr. in 3 roles.
Really?
It's based on a
heard
book.
anything about it.
Yeah, he's doing press for it.
Weird.
So I don't think he's gonna call us. Don, do you want to leave us a voicemail?
Well, RDJ calls us all the time.
For as bad as Giant Steps was, and it's bad.
Yeah.
It's real bad. It had something for me. I hated it so much,
Well,
but at least for like 15 or 20 minutes, it's like, ooh, what's
But
this?
he's not, I mean...
Oh, yeah, he's barely
his
in it.
involvement, all of these films, I wonder, like, I mean, I guess he's just an actor, right? I mean, there doesn't need to be a connection.
I think maybe it all ties into him becoming a showrunner, man, and a director. Like, he's getting his hands in every little piece of it, and he's doing the work, and he's probably learning from everybody. And now he's running The Sympathizer over on HBO.
Yeah. So they are dating Don. You know, Don's like, whatever. Don starts dating or fucking around with Mark.
The stagehand?
That Andrew already fucked around with.
Also, though, like right away when they're done fucking, he's like, you could come with me to Germany.
Yes.
I'll bring you to Germany. If you can't go to Africa because you're a fucking terrible artist, you can just come with me.
He's got such an interesting cadence to his voice. Why do you want to go to Africa?
That's pretty good.
He's not really serious about it, although he does throw Andrew up against the wall and try to mug him.
Surprised you, huh?
Yeah.
I've been trying to reach you all day.
So you thought you'd mug me?
Yeah. I was mugged by this sailor in Glasgow. Ended up having my way with him on the top floor of a double-decker bus.
I don't need that kind of turbulence in my life.
I think you do.
Yeah,
It's a joke.
Kind of freaked me out a little.
Quite. But Andrew's just like, whatever.
When he's like cuffed too, I found scary.
That was weird too, yeah, because Don keeps like
doing stuff to his head,
examining the way his head moves or something. I'm like, because at that point, I'm like, oh, maybe he is an artist and they're doing something, but no. And Alfred does die. he's got a weird house because he lives, like, Andrew goes in through like a barn door.
Yeah.
But there is a house attached to it to
But
some extent.
I don't know that they're attached. Like, I mean,
You think the barn, you think he just lives in the barn and somebody else lives in the house?
no, I think he lives in the house, but he hangs out in the barn. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure there's a door from the barn area to the house.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's one unit.
Okay.
I think the barn is like the artist's loft.
Okay.
The barn rules.
Just for the record, Alfred.
Other than the lack of railing.
Well, yeah, but that's a barn then. You wouldn't have a railing in a barn.
To get up top?
Yeah.
That's so scary, though.
Well, but you're a young, strapping farmhand.
But everybody's drunk always in this world.
You can handle it.
If you lived on a farm, wouldn't you just be wasted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's how Trevor Moore died. He
but
got
that's
drunk
Darwin.
and fell off his balcony and broke his neck from the whitest kids you know. He died a couple of years ago. They remastered sketches to come out on Shoutbox, and then they have a box set coming out. And you know what they've decided to do? They've bleeped the offensive words on the Shoutbox stuff, and then from the box set, they've like removed like 12 or 17 sketches. And everybody's like,
Why?
box set means everything?
Does it?
I mean, kind of. Why would you take that shit out?
Just means it's a set in a box.
But
shape.
I mean, if there's a finite amount of
Why
whitest
did they
kids you
take it
know
out?
things, because they didn't think they're funny, they felt like they're inappropriate.
They should have just called it editor's box set.
People are so mad. I don't give a fuck anymore. They're real important to me for a minute, but I don't care at all.
Yeah. So he, ends up rummaging around Alfred's house. Oh no! Before this, Andrew tries to paint and can't, so they just start throwing stuff around.
Oh, after he dies?
Yeah.
Yeah, the freak out. I was like,
Freak
oh,
out.
is this it? Are
Yeah.
you going to be a good artist now? Your emotions on the canvas?
Yes, I thought, okay, here we go.
Not really.
No, they just destroy everything that they ever had. Go to Alfred's, find a trap door in the floor, and I'm thinking, sex den. This guy was a fucking pervert.
I thought it was going to be creepy down there. I didn't realize it's just like, I hang out down here, there's lights, there's some stuff. It's not cobwebby or dirt.
Because it doesn't make sense why it's such a nice basement and space when the only access point that we're aware of is a hidden floorboard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you think if it was that nice, there would be a more dedicated entrance.
Is it hidden or is it just a ring on the floor that you pull to open up the hatch?
So here's the thing. When Alexis is in Alfred's bedroom, something happens.
The hat falls.
The hat falls. It's
Alfred's
not a hat.
ghost makes that.
It's a World War I helmet.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay. It looks so stupid.
So
Remember when he
like
puts it on?
Spanish Conquistador hat.
He puts it on when he goes down through the trap door and then he immediately takes it off and gets down there.
Except when it falls and draws Alexis's attention, Andrew's attention, it's on the other side of Alfred's bed. So they just dive over the bed, grab in midair and crash on the floor.
What's this ring?
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just walk around the bed? Because then they're just like, and then I think that brushes aside a carpet that reveals the ring.
There's nothing to hide under there.
No.
Just this like camera and pictures of his dead lover.
And probably other things. That's just specifically the one thing that Andrew locates.
Is the body of that missing lover down there?
Oh, and he only knows that it's Chuck or Frank because Alfred actually is speaking to him and holding the pictures with them.
Yeah. Remember when he's going through the pictures and starts flicking them off one by one?
Yeah.
Not carefully setting them down, just like garbage,
right.
trash, shit.
Yeah.
So then, what you say when you talk garbage, trash,
shit. So then they go upstairs and they go, hang on a second. And they start smearing paint. They start taping and stapling the pictures, and I'm just like,
grabbing dumps right from their butt and smushing them into the
fuck
canvas.
me. Like your mom would probably want all of these. Although we come to find out earlier that Alfred loved Frank, or whatever his name was. He had a lot of boyfriends, but this was like a good one. And they were destined to go off to war. Alfred took a bunch of photos of Frank, and then for some reason, Margot Kidder also fell in love with Frank. Did they have any sort of a intimacy or physical interaction? Because they don't make that obvious, I don't think, in the film. She just says, I loved him. And when Frank died, she felt like it was a competition, like she needed to mourn harder.
Frank was like 20 or 30 years older than her. Did you see his crazy old man eyebrows? And how it looks like...
Alfred.
What did I call him?
Frank. Frank's the lover. Okay. Alfred's the brother.
The brother is like 30 years older than Margot Kidder. He's got those crazy...
Could be her fucking father.
How would you describe those eyebrows? They're like a long eyelash that curves outwards.
Unkempt old man. Eyebrows.
Yeah, like he's 80. Margot
Kidder's... Some go up. Yeah, like they're Naruto or something.
How old's Margot Kidder in this? Like 52? She seems a little old, but
I'd have to say that's probably pretty accurate, yeah.
But he's like, what, 68, 70?
Yeah, I think.
How are they vying for the same man? I guess.
Because I'm pretty sure he died in World War II, right?
Yeah.
So if this is 96, I mean...
She's like 70 then also?
45, 96, that's 50. He would have been 20. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
My math is good, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm stupid, but my math's good.
And then how old is Andrew? If they're applying for school?
Andrew's 30.
Okay.
I believe I read.
Okay. Jesus. So Lucy is making her move on Genna at one point. Oh, God. Throughout the movie, they do word association. Lucy and Genna. Remember that? No. It's just all of a sudden, Lucy's like, policeman. And Jenna's like, coffee, yardstick. Oh, I don't know. No, the first thing that comes to your mind.
Yardstick.
And then eventually down the road, we see them doing it in actuality. But it seems like when Lucy says the word, Genna flips through some photos or a book or whatever, and then seems to land on something and says it. So I'm like, is that what they're doing? But then Lucy makes a move on Genna, and Jenna's just like, just for the record, this isn't weird to you at all. Like my son drew a picture of you when he was 8.
She's like, nope, come here.
They start doing it. And Ingrid is kind of like, oh, but she's also kind of like, I don't know, whatever.
Embrace being a slut, she says.
Yeah, and Don's doing whatever. And Alexis does the picture and then walks away to tear off a piece of like brown paper to ship it. Turns back and the painting is completely different. Now, isolated are 2 big eyeballs and shit around it and then just color smeared. And he goes, oh, you changed it. And Alfred goes, yeah, I just touched it up a little bit. And then Andrew's like, I think it's better. So then they ship that as their submission to the African school, which, not to castigate the entire continent of Africa.
No, go for it. It's fine.
But I don't know how excited they would be to have a white male homosexual there trying to seduce all their men. But not only that, you're submitting art that you didn't do.
Yeah, well, the ghost was inside him all along.
Little Jedi thing.
Uh-huh.
So they're just now being a dick waiting for the mail. They got a really cool mail woman. But then she leaves and then like a mailman shows up and he's just like, hi, I'm your new mailman. Nice to meet you. Gives him a letter and the painting, and they're just like, we don't know why you sent this. Please never send us any more art. So they're devastated, but they also burn the painting because they want to give it to Albert. And they do give 2 photos to Margot Kidder while she's making out with Genna or whatever. And the movie ends.
Yeah.
And boy.
It's bad.
It's the kind of movie where you're just like, gosh, somebody really wanted to make this.
2 things. When Don McKellar rolls up on Ingrid and what do you call her? Genna and
Lucy.
Andrew.
Genna.
He's like,
hey, kids, what are you talking about?
Nothing. You got any pot?
Yes, ma'am. Come with me.
And they're just talking about him. I like that. I like his vibe. He's good.
And then the mom's like, not everything is a insult towards you or something. Just being a real cunt.
Oh, I was also thinking like, this movie is boring and terrible, but if I cared about the characters at all, it could be this level of nothing.
Yeah.
If I liked the characters and the people in this movie and gave a shit, it could be like this, and it would be good. But I do not care, and I do not like them, and the story is ass balls.
It is ass balls, because Andrew's insufferable a lot of the time. And it's just, nothing really going on.
Yeah.
Did Ingrid remind you of a sober Greta from High Art?
No.
Okay. I think they're only in 3 movies.
They're a musician. Yeah, they've been putting out darkwave albums since the mid-'80s.
Oh, okay.
Still doing it now. It's on their
nice.
Facebook page.
Very nice.
Like 6 likes on the announcement there's a new album coming.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's a bummer. Like, what's up with Alexis Arquette? It's weird that they're in stuff. I don't know that they're a good actor. Is it because they're part of the Arquette dynasty? Like, how did they end up in The Wedding Singer in like a weird bit part after being in these other movies that sucked.
I don't know.
I think Last Exit to Brooklyn, I feel like they pop in that one.
I feel like it's almost like maybe they were just a party kid that wound up on sets because of their siblings and were just like, hey, throw him in the movie, or Adam Sandler liked you, he wants you to do this weird thing, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Because then there's this movie, and again, I didn't look to see if there were any others that if there was like an attempt at career or not. Because then they're in.
I mean, they
what's
had
that
like,
one we watched with Rada?
What the fuck is that?
Not
Cleopatra's
everything.
second husband.
But in there, it just sort of feels like, I don't know, almost like a parody.
No, I mean, they had a good handful of roles. I didn't look to see how much stuff they're in post-transition. I guess I was more curious about, like, this window of time.
I wonder if it's one of those things like with the Baldwins where you just go further and further down the rung. Because if nothing else, Arquette is a name. Baldwin is a name.
But which Arquette was famous in 1989 when Last Exit to Brooklyn came out, or 87, whenever that was?
I would have...
Is Rosanna is part of the crew?
Rosanna, Patricia, David, and Alexis, I believe.
But then...
and their parents, to some extent, were something, right?
I don't know. Patricia Arquette doesn't come till a little bit later, I think, after Rosanna.
And David doesn't pop until...
It's like Scream area.
Yeah, this movie just ain't it. It feels like a lot of the times they're just wingdinging it.
They're not a good actor in this.
No, and it's...
much better looking as a woman, too.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
I guess maybe they're more charming.
So yeah, what do you give this movie? 3?
No, I mean...
You can't give it that low. I wouldn't even go that low.
I mean, I guess 5, whatever.
Okay. I was going to say a 4.5, but I will say Margot does have moments.
This is more tolerable
brief
than Camilla.
Yes, absolutely. Everybody has at least one moment in here that's good.
What if Maury Chaikin played the dad instead of whoever that guy was?
That'd be interesting.
That would have been nice.
Or Bob Balaban.
I don't know. I don't know if any more Balaban.
Yeah. What do you give Donnie?
I think Don's pretty good in this. Not amazing, but pretty good. I give him like a 6.5. I think he's interesting. I think he's solid. I don't want to give him a 7 and be like, fucking rock my world.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little different, a little interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have to. I don't think we had to see his chest hair, so that's always nice.
Yep.
I'm gonna give him a 6. It's fine. He's good. What are you gonna do?
Why? What we do is we cross our fingers for next week when we watch Joe's So Mean to Josephine.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that was Sarah Polley when you looked at the cover for it?
No.
I thought that was just a lady.
Yeah, when I looked at the cover, it almost felt like the lead singer from Six Underground or Shannon Sossaman. Yeah,
Okay.
Shannon Sossaman from
Rules of Attraction.
Yeah, like almost like they took that picture of her in there and put it on there. You can find us.
You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, YouTube, Threads, Discord, X. We Doing Filmographies. You can also email us at wedoingfilmographies@gmail.com. Hey, you like emails? Send me one. I'll read it to Jules. What else should they do with their phone, maybe?
Find us on nowplayingnetwork.net, as well as rate us on podcast.apple.gov.
I was thinking they should, hey, why don't they give us a call or a text?
No.
763-634-1897.
Don't ruin the moment.
Do it or we'll break your toes like my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Jules, we went up to her when she's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
We broke all of her toes. One by one with our hands.
Secretly, I just kept icing her foot so it felt like her toe was broken. You can also, if you rate us on Papple, you can suggest a film for us to watch.
If you papple, we'll dapple. What's the movie going to be?
It absolutely cannot be a movie we've already seen.
You're worried people are going to make you watch something bad, or what?
Because fucking trolls, man. They're going to be like, hey.
What's Uprising?
Yeah, why don't you watch Zeus again?
Would you really be upset?
No, I'd watch Zeus again.
Yeah, sometimes I think about watching it.
I think about calling the hotline with a fake voice and going, well, you guys should watch Zeus again.
That's not...
go, hey, you guys should watch Zeus again. Hey, it's a good film.
Oh, what Zeus is called?
This is Zeus.
We'll see you next week with
Joe So Mean to Josephine. Aw, shucks.
I've been Jason.
And I've been Jules.
And good night.
Yada, yada, yada.